learn non-literary analysis. You know that like pamphlet, magazine and newspaper, these are the form of non-literary text. So here is a newspaper in front of me, English newspaper. I'm just reading it, and after reading it I'm just pointing out the tone of the writer, the style of the writer, the selection of dictions and diaxes, and what kind of selection of the word, lexical word writer is using, and what kind of tone he is giving to me. So a writer in front of you there is a observer, Park Observer newspaper. So I'm just reading it, and after reading it, what I have found out a lot of information, right? Like I have pointed out this writer, the writer of this article, especially in this newspaper, he is using noun, adjective and nouns. He's using a lot of adjective and nouns, and the second thing, he's using phrasal verb, like he has used call for, push out, and then ditch out, like that he's using. And he is also using ing form, especially he's using verbal noun like developing, and then he has used over here providing, spreading, developing. So the main focus of writer is to convey idea, and it's totally impersonal. It's not a personal verb. And sometime I've noticed he also used in the text, he has used direct form as well, because the writer does not want to take responsibility. And he, so far as heading is concerned, once we see heading, Imran urges world body on debt relief to fight corona. Imran urges world bodies to on debt relief to fight corona. So here you see that if we see, and then there is a subheading, PM wants of the global recessions. So he wants that he is giving you direct information. So whenever writer they use such kind of heading, they try their level best to write in such a way they use maximum nouns. So Imran is a nouns, and the word is a nouns, word parties nouns, and then on debt leave both are nouns. To fight is infinitives, and corona is once again noun. So here you can see there are a lot of nouns, and whenever there are a lot of nouns, it means it's an informational discourse. He wants to give you information. So like here is you could say infinitive, or like you got a nouns and then adjective as well. So he used a content word in a way to give you information, in fact. So I have read this, and especially Observer, Park Observer News, and what I find that the writer is in fact showing you information. Apart from the look at the ditch out the stimulus package for the developing world to help them through this economic downturn. He said a video message on the Sunday, Pakistan is stuck between the devils and the deep blue sea. So he is using over here some idioms to rather choose starvation from the lockdowns or the coronavirus he maintained. Apart from the containing the virus and the dealing with the economics crisis, our biggest worry now is the people dying off. So once again, dying off, and then he's hunger. He said direct narration. The dilemmas on the side is stopping the people's dying from the virus, on the other hand preventing death from the hungers of the lockdown. So I will write down using direct narrations, so give you impersonal idea or information. So he is giving you impersonal information, not a personal, impersonal. As he received or listened to somebody, he is giving over here. So it shows impersonal. The Prime Minister said another problem is the developing world faces the huge discrepancy in the resources available to the developing and developed nations. Developing and developed nations. So once again, I have already told you, this person, the writer of this observer, Park Observer, using a lot of adjective nouns in a way to give you information, in a way to give you clear, explicit information. So while the United States, Germany, and Japan have come up with once again there is the phrasal verb with the relief package of and the trillion, you can say trillion respectively, the maximum stimulus we could afford for the populations of 220 million. He said this is the issue with the most of the developing world, especially the developing world, that suffering from the very high debt to GDP ratio. PM Imran added noting that these are highly, once again noting. So once again he has using ing form. Want to highlight his point, noting that these highly indebted countries now face the problems of the lack of the physical space. So this is what we studied in a Park Observer, and in Park Observer what we have observed here, the poet, the writer wants to give you informations, and he is using maximum ing form, maximum adjective nouns in a way to give you information. So here is the informational discourse. So want to give you information by using different